This is Sway.
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 In the morning.
In the morning.
In the morning.
Don't shake your body.
Wake your fuck ass up. That crust out your eyes.
Yeah, it is, man. Beautiful voice right there. That was from the Whitney Houston biopic, and that performance got rave reviews. And even though that biopic may have got mixed reviews, I think everybody was in agreement that Deborah Cox came and did her thing.
Absolutely. Thank you.
You know, and this is a woman who's been in the business since she was a child. I remember the Deborah Cox first project that came out in the mid-'90s, and it was interesting because here's this performer, singer, songwriter from Canada that just came into the United States, and which is so hard to do at that time. You know, artists like let's say like Drake or or Carly Rae Jepsen, and you know they Melanie Fiona and Carter Nowda Fischel and all these guys. Before that, there was Deborah Cox.
Deborah Cox, the pioneer. The pioneer was the first. Paving the movement.
Pow. The pain you had, man.
What's up?
You had to catch all the fruit and all the produce they threw at stage just because you was from Canada. You know,
the tomatoes and the lemons.
Tomatoes and the lemons.
An interesting transition.
Right? And I can't tell you how many #1 spots she shared. She's had on the Billboard dance charts, and she's gone on to sell millions of records. And you know, you could see her on the screen or you could see her on Broadway, and she's always been stellar at everything she does, and she's here with us today, the one and only Deborah Cox.
Thank
ladies and gentlemen.
What's up, y'all? How you doing?
Doing well. You know, that transition, though, for you being from
Toronto.
From Toronto and coming into the United States, I mean, how difficult was it back then, though, for artists to kind of make their mark?
Well, I mean, for me, I came to New York a lot because I have a lot of family here. I came to the Brooklyn in the summers and hung out and did the parade and all that kind of thing. So the Caribbean influence is, very, very much in my family. And so we'd come up here all the time, and hang out. So musically, I grew up listening to a lot of diverse music, from R&B, soul, reggae, soca, jazz. So it's just a plethora of different styles. And so I don't think it was that much different coming here, just because I knew that, New York is a huge melting pot of many different, ethnicities and cultures. I think the hardest part for me was just being the recording artist and not singing as much as I was. I came up in bands, doing commercial jingles, doing music full time. And so once I became a recording artist, I was doing less of that and more interviews and television and that kind of thing. So I was like, well, I need to get back into, I need to perform. Yes. That's my love. That's what I enjoy doing.
To perform. When you were coming at back then to Brooklyn and in the United States, and I always noticed that a lot of women who grew up in another country, they come to New York and they kind of want to date a Brooklyn thug. You know what I mean? They want that thug love.
That thug
you know what I mean? When you're young, you want that thug love. You want somebody to say, yo, ma, yo, ma, yo, ma. You know what I mean? I'm sure you did. You have your thug moments?
I had my thug moments, but I went through that in high school.
Okay.
Yeah, I went through, a few Jamaican thugs, and my Caribbean men love them a lot, but they're very, very passionate, and they have a whole different side of them. You know what I mean? So I went through all of that in my early years, and I fell in love with a songwriter-producer who is now my husband. Yes. And we came to L.A., or we went to L.A. Once I got my deal. We went together, and that was early '94, and been together ever since. And so I made sure I got all that other stuff out the way, child, because it's a lot. It's a lot. I don't want to be going through that now with.
Nah, you don't want that. That's stress.
Child, that's stress.
Yeah, when you get older, you realize that thug love was nothing but stress in disguise.
Yeah, child.
That's all it was.
I'm not trying to go through that.
Yeah. I seen your husband. He's no thug. He's a businessman.
He's a businessman.
He's a Renaissance guy.
He got that other side to him, so don't mess with him.
He'll write you a great poem type dude. Type of dude he is. Then there was this song, Nobody's Supposed to Be here.
Yeah, that's not quite the key, Sway.
That
Stick
wasn't
to
it?
acting. Stick to acting. Stick to the method acting on Empire. Don't sing. Please.
Nobody's supposed
Please.
to.
He
No,
tried
your
again.
gift is in,
It's in my
Talking.
acting, right?
It's in your acting.
It's my acting
Absolutely.
chops?
It's your acting chops.
You saw me kill it on Empire.
I saw you kill it on
Okay,
Empire.
all
I
right,
mean,
thank you,
you were
Deborah.
just, you were Sway to
Yeah.
a T.
Nobody
I mean,
could play him.
Nobody could play you.
Yeah.
I mean, great method acting.
You-
amazing.
Deborah,
amazing.
he did though approach you with a lot of passion with the
He
singing.
did.
The singing just down.
Just now you
Nobody's
did.
supposed to be here.
Don't hype him, Heather.
But that's not even the song. Like that's not even. That's not how it goes.
How it goes?
Nobody's supposed to be here. I've spent all my life on a search to find a love who'll stay for eternity. The heaven sent to fulfill my needs. But when I turn around, again love has knocked me down. My heart got broken, oh it hurts so bad. I'm sad to say, Sway wins again.
I love you too. I love you. I do. I'm sorry. I got
Sway,
carried away
after
right there.
Valentine's Day, you started crying. Valentine's Day.
Yo, I feel emotional. You know what? I'm going to open up the
good.
phone lines for Deborah Cox, 888-742-3345. And this woman has created some of the best music, highest quality, always quality, never about quantity. Let's take a listen to Deborah Cox while I get myself together, man. It's 3 in the morning. I know you want to sing with this, Deborah. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, up and down, in and out. Love keeps moving us around to the beat. Oh, rhythm. Oh yeah, oh yeah, all right. Say yeah, say yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Now that was in key.
Sway.
Woo! We could do a duet. All right.
Can we?
Freestyle kind of duet, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, that was in key.
Thank you.
That was good.
Thank you, Deborah Cox.
He
Thank
said,
you.
ooh, yeah.
Yeah, that's all I have for you, too. Anybody could get an ooh, yeah, and then thinking, ooh, yeah, on key. Deborah Cox is here, ladies and gentlemen.
No doubt.
I love that mix.
Multi-talented.
I love
DJ
love
Wonder.
that
Give it up
mix.
for DJ Wonder.
I love that DJ Wonder. That was hot.
You know,
Wow.
I know I'm gonna share something with folks here. Deborah, you may know this. What Deborah Cox, Whitney Houston, and I all share in common.
Here we go.
This is a new one.
Let's see what sport this is.
It ain't a sport, man. First of all, you did you actually collaborated with Whitney, right?
Yes,
With,
we
with
recorded same script, different
cast.
cast.
And they're singing this biopic. Well, tell me something about Whitney that you experienced that just stands out in your experience with Whitney.
Me and her and Bobby and little Bobby Christina in the parking lot talking about family.
Wow.
And she said, don't let this business dictate. Make sure you have balance. Have them babies, girl. Have them babies, girl. And that was it. And I feel like because I listened to that and didn't let the business take over, I'm able to have the life that I have right now, which is I have a career and I also have a great family.
Yeah.
And yeah, she was the one that's you know, made it plain. Like you need to make sure that that's intact too.
Whitney Houston
You know?
told you that.
Yep.
Wow. You know.
Yep.
And obviously,
Standing outside the studio in Miami. Yep. As
Yeah.
we were getting ready to record.
so it has to be. It's sad for everyone to witness what Bobby Christina is going
Yeah.
through. Are you still cool with Bobby, her father? Do you?
I saw it years ago. I mean, yeah, we're all cool. I mean, we've always been on a professional level.
Yeah.
You know, we see each other at award shows, you know,
Yeah.
different functions, that kind of thing. But it's been a long time.
Been a long time, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to reveal what we all have in common.
What do we all have in common?
You know, you work with Clive Davis.
Yes.
Whitney obviously was brought to the world through Clive Davis, and I too had a production deal with Clive Davis. Yeah, and I had artists signed under Clive Davis. So you know Larry Jackson.
Yes.
Yes, Larry Jackson used to intern when he was in high school at the radio station that I started on in the beginning of my career on KMEL in San Francisco.
Right.
Yeah, and we used to support a lot of your music. So I'm like one of Larry's early mentors.
Yes.
Now he's mentoring
That's
me.
big.
Yeah, because he's big now. Yeah, right. So,
wow.
But working with Clive Davis, one of the things that he was a stickler on was song selection, and we sitting there listening to all your songs and your medley that DJ Wonder put together, and they stand the test of time to this day. They're like classic. Right. Do you think that was the key to your longevity?
Absolutely. I mean, he made sure that I had the best songwriters, the best producers to work with and to collaborate with. And it's because of that why the music does sound timeless. And that was the style of music that I wanted to do. I mean, I grew up. I always tell people I came up in the school of Whitney. You know, when I heard You Give Good Love and Saving All My Love for You and those kind of songs, I was like, this is what I want to do. I want to sing great melodies and great and tell stories, you know, and be that vessel for just great music. And Clive Davis gave me that opportunity, and I'm still here. 20 years later.
20 years later.
We're still doing it.
Still doing it. 20 ain't nothing. You see these dudes
it
like
sure isn't.
Bono and
so
these dudes, they be 30, 40.
Right. Deborah, if you could do an epic collaboration, maybe something that could be comparable to when Whitney and Mariah came together, but with one of the new generation gals, who do you think you would pick? Just one.
Oh, just one. Okay, give me a choice, a selection.
Jasmine Sullivan.
Oh, that's a singing woman. Let's just take a moment.
For Jasmine. Let's give Jasmine a moment.
Jasmine, that's an anointed voice right there. I would love to do something with her. Yeah, Jasmine Sullivan, Melanie Fiona.
Melanie.
Great.
Yeah,
Great. Yeah.
Jennifer Hudson?
Jennifer Hudson.
Ooh.
That woman, wow. I don't even know. Some of the notes that she hears is like, wow.
Keisha,
I think
Keisha Cole. Keisha Cole's out there.
Keisha Cole, I met her one time and at Essence Festival, and she was telling me about listening to my songs in her bedroom.
Wow.
Trying to hit certain notes. And I just thought it was a great moment because, you just don't know how you're going to impact people doing what you do. And I was just kind of like, wow, I sing because I love to sing and I want to make music that touches people. But when she told me that story, I was
You floored.
touched. Yeah,
Give
because
me
you
some
just
tissue.
don't know,
Give me some tissue.
You just don't know because while we're in it, we're grinding, we're working, we're doing it. We don't really take the moment sometimes to really, be present and recognize our accomplishments. So that was one of those things.
I was gonna say that. It's just a little stunt for Sway, but over the weekend, on Friday actually, he hosted a brand Jordan for Michael Jordan. He hosted his 30th anniversary. You know what? Did he just give me camera for that? Yes, he did. Oh my, it's disgusting, Deborah. Part of him. He's on his worst behavior today. But he hosted it. And in a sense, it's been 30 years for Jordan. We sat in our rooms and dusted off our Jordans. And you said Keisha Cole said that to you, but you sat in your room. We all did as girls and listened to a Whitney song. How did you then approach re-singing these songs? Were you intimidated? What was your process? Because I watched Sway stand in the back with note cards and just like look at them, memorize, and start walking around. Yeah, like what is he doing? So I watched
that was a real Sway.
That was a real Sway.
Right.
Yeah. What was your process like?
My process was like, wow, okay. And then I got over that. And then I went into the studio and just honed in and thought about the essence of her voice and what people feel when they hear her. And I didn't read the script or anything. I mean, Angela was literally right here telling me what was going on in the scene now. So like for I Will Always Love You, she's like, okay, she's on stage, this is a performance. And Angela's very dramatic. I mean, she's amazing, and so this is how she was in the studio with me, giving me direction as to the way she wanted the song to flow, because it had to match what was happening in the scenes. Because originally I thought, okay, this is going to be a recreation of her recordings. Yeah. But it was so not that, and so she gave me a very, very specific vision for the scene, and then I went in and just try to recreate the essence of her, and 2 days, not a lot of time to do all those songs.
Wow. Damn.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
It speaks volumes to who you are as a singer, as an artist, because there's no one else I can imagine that can do Whitney Houston songs and make you feel like
You were listening to Whitney Houston. Yeah.
You know, that's not many, if any, at all that could pull that off. You know, I was already prepared to just like throw stuff at the TV screen. I love you. But I was very, very impressed. Deborah Cox is here. You got a new song. It's called Kinda Miss You.
Miss You, yeah.
And is that
it's on iTunes.
It's on iTunes. Is that a metaphor to anything?
Oh, man. You know, it's interesting how when you record things, you don't realize that sometimes they could be prophetic, you know. Recording same script, different cast. When you listen to those lyrics and you listen to what she's saying to me as an artist, as a mentor, you know, it was just, it's interesting how we get into situations where art kind of dictates life or helps to, you know. So yeah, a little bit of all of that kind of, that sentiment is in this song. Yeah. You know, but not in a sad way, just in a way of celebrating. You know, really, very celebratory and positive. And this song really is just that. It's indicative of where I am in my life right now and where I am with music and what I do. And I kind of missed the recording world. Yeah. You know, being on Broadway and doing different shows and being in the dance world a lot. It was nice to kind of come back to R&B and soul music and good soul music. Yeah.
Well,
feel good music.
Feel good music. It can always use more royalty. You know, R&B can, I believe. Deborah Cox is here. This is Kinda Miss You. It's available on iTunes right now. Yes. Matter of fact, citizens, I want everybody to go download it, listen to it. I'm sure you're going to like it, and then we'll take your phone calls up next. Okay, I'm going to stop singing Deborah Cox.
And I don't know why, 'cause being with you is like do or die. I can't let you go. You're stuck to my soul.
Damn, you can sing, yo. Yo, that's just on the regular.
Can you just say, this is Deborah Cox, and you're tuned in to Sway in the Morning?
This is Deborah Cox, and you're tuned in to Sway in the Morning. Hey, Sway. Oh, good morning.
Guess after last night, that's all she has to say.
It's like that. I walked into that.
Yeah. That's going to be a killer drop. All right. We got Summer on the line from Tallahassee. Good morning, Summer. How you doing?
Hey, Summer.
Good morning. Good morning. I am on this long drive back home, and you guys have just rejuvenated my morning to hear Deborah Cox, artist, live. You sound like you do from back then and today, and I just want to thank you for continuing to bring those timeless hits time after time.
Thank you. Thanks for your support.
Hey, you know what, Summer? You got to support even further. Buy that Kinda Miss You. It's on iTunes.
Oh, I am downloading as I drive.
Okay, great. Let's get a spike on our sales.
All right.
Yep.
I want Deborah to be able to fly back to New York. All right, Summer, thanks for your call. You're a citizen.
Sway in the Morning.
We got Chris is on the line from Atlanta. Good morning, Chris.
What up, Chris?
Good morning, Sway. How you guys doing today?
Doing all right, man. We got Deborah Cox in here. Can't be bad.
Hey.
Deborah, beautiful, beautiful voice. Listened to you for a long time. My wife loves you. Everybody loves you over here.
Thank you. Thank you for the love and support.
You got to show much respect to you guys.
Oh, thank you, man. Hey, yeah, you know, a lot of times people be surprised that we'll have an artist like Deborah Cox on Shade 45 because normally you'll hear her on Heart and Soul on Channel 48. But, you know, with the good folks at Shade 45, Paul Rosenberg and Eminem have given me the liberty to do is just to open the floodgates to great artists and great music when the time is right.
Right.
You
That's
know
right.
what I mean?
And the time is right.
The time is right now.
We just came off of the holiday of love, Valentine's Day.
Exactly.
And so it's nice to have some music you know, relates to the love and stuff. Yeah. But you go deep with music. I mean, I don't think a lot of people understand your knowledge, you know, which is great. You know, you just don't have a lot of people that have that much depth nowadays. You know what I'm saying? So it's good.
Thank you, Deborah.
You have that liberty to take the liberty.
Yes. What did you do?
And continue to do that.
Sway, you blushing? Because I see your head down.
Well, Deborah has that effect on me, man. What did you do for your husband on Valentine's Day? What did you do? Did you bring it?
Do, child. hell did I bring? You know what?
Did you bring it? Strawberries, chocolate covered strawberries.
Trying to live vicariously through your hubby.
Nah, no disrespect. Nothing. I was Friday. I couldn't do. What's Valentine's Day Friday?
It was on Saturday.
You ain't bought nothing. That means you ain't bought nothing.
All right, never mind.
He was on the flight.
Anthony's on the line.
He was on the flight.
Anthony's on the line from Indiana. Good morning, Ant. What up, man?
Way horrible.
Ant, you there?
Yeah, hey, how you doing?
You doing all right, man? Say hello to Deborah Cox. Help me out, bro.
It wasn't Saturday.
Hey, I just want to say, great artist, always has been. Continue doing what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. Thank
you. Enjoy
you.
your show. Mm-hmm. You know, hey, Sway, keep doing what you're doing, man.
Oh, thank you, fam. I'm doing it for you, fam. You citizen.
Sway in the morning.
Yeah. All right, Deb, you want to hang out? We got some Celebrity Wire.
Yeah, let's do it.
Tracy G, what you got?
Yeah, all right. I'm embarrassed to say this news in front of Deborah, but I feel like even quietly, you're going to be entertained by this. So,
all right.
Amber Rose, she lit a little spark, and then it turned into a fire with Khloe Kardashian.
Wow.
Now, there are multiple layers to this, so pay attention to this. So, starts off with Amber Rose. Keep in mind, this is Kanye West's ex. She's best buds with this ex-stripper named Black China. Now, Black China is the mother of rapper Tyga's son.
Okay.
Right.
Tyga, who's very unhappy, of being a part of Young Money now. Also, this is his ex-fiance. Now, Amber Rose, she recently did an interview, and she was commenting on Tyga pretty much leaving China, is what it looks like in the public, for 17-year-old Kylie Jenner. Listen to this.
That's ridiculous. He has a beautiful woman and a baby, and left that for a 16-year-old that just turned 17. Like, nah.
All right. Khloe Kardashian, her name is being brought back up again because, of course, she's going to defend her youngest sister. She goes on Twitter. She starts reminding everybody about Amber Rose's past, how she started off as a stripper.
That's ridiculous.
And then she says, please don't worry about my sister who has a career and her shit together at only 17. Then she throws some shade because she get the little Kermit frog and then the tea. And she says, people who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. People, please stop talking about us in interviews. None of us talk about you. Amber @ Khloe directly on Twitter, says, I'll be that little whore to support my family like your older sister. Who's her older sister? Kim is a whore to support hers. We're even, kissy face. And she says, #mother gives facts. It's not even done after that. She has all of these wild ass memes that she comes at her with. Then she says, I'm so sick of these plastic ass hoes bullying people. This is Amber, because they got the media outlets on payroll. Shit's weak as fuck. You think because your dad was a professional football player, O.J. Simpson is now in the story that got away with murder. You better than me, girl. Then we get a guest appearance from French Montana because Amber Rose says, huh? And she ends it off with saying, I'm done dragging this bitch. Lesson of the day, children. Please don't try mother, because I will humble you. But then another mother comes to humble Amber Rose. Wiz Khalifa's mother jumps on Twitter. I'll tell you, her name is Peachy Wimba. She said,
yeah, Peachy.
only a dumbass only child would try it with a gang of sisters. And Wiz Khalifa somewhere laughing because he's trying to say that Amber Rose is not a fit mother and he wants more custody of their child. All of this on blast. Celebrity Wire, yo.
Is there more?
Nah, that's... there is more. There's always more.
There's always more.
And Tyga wants to clear the air on all of these rumors that he is inserting his 25-year-old penis into some 17-year-old vagina. Listen.
I'm not dating Kylie. You know what I'm saying? I'm not dating that, so I just want to get that out the way. And I want to be clear to everybody that I didn't leave my family to be with Kylie. You know what I mean?
So he says they are not dating, even though they're always spotted together, even though they were together on Valentine's Day, even though he was helping her celebrate her birthday. He bought her some penis cake. I don't know if it was, off of his penis, whatever. But that's what it's looking like.
Okay, I wasn't going to interject on this. A penis cake?
Yes.
What's a penis cake?
A chocolate cake that looks like a penis. It was chocolate.
Okay. Is that it?
Yes. Finally.
Okay, so Deborah, this is what should now. Just kidding. Deborah's like, what are you gonna ask me?
Tracy starting all that trouble. Please don't ask me nothing. Tracy starting all that trouble for you, Deborah. Forgive me, Deborah. Bringing all that drama.
Wow. See, that's what you That's what you do in high school.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, a 17-year-old is involved.
Yeah, that's all you gotta say. That's what you do in high school and elementary. This is rich. These are people who are rich.
Right.
Think about that. And this is all playing out for public consumption.
Mm-hmm. I know OJ in jail. Like, who just said my name?
OJ, they like, hey, OJ, Juice, you trending right now.
OJ like, huh?
Ain't gonna get you out, though.
All right, thank you, Tracy G.
It's Sway in the morning, only on Shade 45.